Okay, so this is a small aircraft pilot from Blackbush who is William's dad, and we're just going to ask him a few questions about his thoughts on the expansion of the aviation industry in Britain. Okay, so with the UK economy on the up but still in murky waters, do you think we can really afford for Heathrow not to be expanded?
I think we absolutely can't afford for Heathrow not to be expanded. Heathrow is a major centre, it's in the right time zone for the world to do business, and we absolutely have to do something about the constrained airport capacity in the south of England.
Okay. So, having worked in British Airways operations department, did you have any involvement in the Heathrow's new runway plan, and if so, what was it?
I worked around the boundaries of some of what's going on at Heathrow and the development plans. I was working on the European Air Traffic Control Programme, and it's really important for a new runway at Heathrow a new runway at Heathrow will have a massive impact on the problems around the London zone for air traffic. So there, at the moment, planes come in from all over Europe and from across the North Atlantic, America, Canada and so on, and they fly in holding patterns, sometimes for quite long periods of time, waiting to get an approach to Heathrow. And a new runway should eliminate those holding patterns so they can come straight in, saving fuel and saving money.
Okay, so as a light aircraft pilot, how will a new runway at Heathrow affect you and other light aircraft pilots?
Well, I think as a light aircraft pilot it will probably be an advantage actually, because people often worry about the expansion of aviation and how many more flights there'll be, and Heathrow might have more capacity, but that capacity could take up less airspace around Heathrow. So for the pilots of general aviation aircraft, they won't be squeezed into such tight spaces necessarily, because some of the airspace that's currently reserved for things like holding might be able to be released for general aviation.
Okay, so when you look at HS2, and with the recent news that they are now £20 billion over the original £30 billion budget, do you think that Heathrow will do the same thing as HS2 and go over budget and run behind schedule, with HS2 now not available until 2026?
Well, Alfie, pretty much every major public building project goes over the original budget, but there's a very simple way of limiting that, and that is to get on with it sooner, so it saves money in the longer term.
Okay. What would you like to see with the expansion of the UK's aviation industry? Would you like to see the third runway at Heathrow, second runway at Gatwick, or would you like Boris Island to be built?
Well, Boris Island can't work because there are problems with bird life. They pose a threat to the aircraft and obviously to the environment, the aviation industry, affecting the environment in the Thames estuary. And also Boris Island poses major problems for the approaches, with conflicts to airspace around Brussels and Amsterdam. It's closer than you think. So what I actually favour is to have a third runway at Heathrow and possibly another one at Gatwick too, ideally with high-speed rail between the two. So we turn Heathrow and Gatwick together into a major global aviation hub.
So you'd like a rail service rather than the bus service which at Heathrow operates between terminal to terminal?
Well, the bus service is going to take an hour to an hour and a half between the two at busy times, and a high-speed rail service could connect the two in about 15 to 20 minutes.
So if a third runway was built at Heathrow, would there be any airspace restriction changes?
Now, as I said, I think most of the airspace that's currently taken up with rather pointless uses, such as aircraft holding and numerous aircraft coming in and at slow speeds to Heathrow and to the Gatwick zone for that matter, will be able to be released. So the airspace changes. It should make more efficient use of the airspace, and as I said earlier, it will save passengers and the airlines time, it will save them money, and it will benefit the economy.
Okay. So what do you think the environmental impact would be with a third runway built at Heathrow?
Well, I don't know if you know how much a 747 burns when it's in the hold, but they burn approximately a gallon of fuel per second. So when you think about it in those terms, and even flying once round the hold, taking 5 to 10 minutes, that's an awful lot of gallons of fuel that would be saved if that wasn't happening.
Again, what about the environmental impact of second runway at Gatwick? Would it be the same, or...?
Well, actually, having the second runway at Gatwick and linking the two airports should spread the worst of the increase in flights out across the south of England, so not all of the environmental impact would be around Heathrow.
Okay, so thank you for your time.
Thank you.